Criticizing the order of mandatory vaccination, Rising People Party President Joel Naga says being vaccinated is one choice and should not be forced upon. RPP also demands a free RT-PCR test to economically poor people. The Naga National Council celebrates its 76th anniversary of its formation at Peace Hall, Chedema. NNC President Adino Piso terms the extension of Armed Forces Special Power Act every 6 months in Nagaland ridiculous. Noklak police seized around 116 bottles of Indian-made foreign liquor while conducting a raid at a shop in Noklak. One person arrested for alleged involvement in the matter. Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju demands an unconditional apology from Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over his remark on Judiciary and Election Commission in the parliamentary on Wednesday. Rahul said that Judiciary, the Election Commission, Pegasus are all instruments of destroying the voice of the Union of States. 2022 edition Indian Premier League is likely to be held in India until and unless COVID-19 hits the roof. BCCI Chief Saurav Ganguly cleared the air. BCCI hints that tournament is likely to begin towards the end of March. Welcome to Nagaland TV. This is your anchor, Rovina Lama, and you're watching English Prime Time. Now, news in details. On the 8th of January, the Nagaland State Government and the Department of School Education on 11 January issued an order for students of class 9 and above to get the first dose of COVID-19 vaccine in order to attend classes. With regards to the order given by authorities, Nagaland political parties RPP has stood against the order of mandatory vaccination and has claimed that being vaccinated is one choice and that should not be enforced. He also stated that RT-PCR tests should be made free as few sections of the society are unable to get tested every day. Joel Naga, while speaking to Nltv, also mentioned that RPP does not stand in against the vaccine. However, the mandatory vaccination should not be implemented upon the people. Guwahati High Court Kohima bench has directed Nagaland government to allow online admission to unvaccinated students and to allow them to attend classes, provided they come tested with RT-PCR. Justice S. Sarto and Justice Kekato Sema of Guwahati High Court Kohima bench issued the order on Wednesday. The judge stated that any student of class 9 and above and who has completed 15 years of age shall be allowed to take admission or attend regular offline classes only if he or she has taken at least one dose of vaccine against COVID-19.
School students plus college students can type vaccination to idula bahal biya to idu mohan nokobo idu mohala duty no hai holo mohala duty to educate the public and to protect the student community and to protect the public from undue influence. Government do 100% kurul try kore ase naga manu pura vaccinated hobo lage koi kina khel kore ase moi khan koi ase itu nohobo lage kilima itu 100% vaccination hobo lage goli to that means mandatory kore ase to and we are against mandatory vaccination. Tai bacha hobi da dangor hobi da bura hobi tala choice ase to be vaccinated or not to be vaccinated. Ta vaccine marubo na marubo itu tala choice ase to itu tala opore ase to government force ko na paru dei itu gane mohan court jaise government do public hala kora do huniumun nai RPP can issue raise korle huniumun nai ei to political party la kotha ase ei to politics la kotha ase ina hoi jai hole mohan student la issue mohan court ja do itu politics la kotha nohi ne itu to humanitarian issue la kotha takise it was about human rights our civil liberties la kotha ase itu gane mohan last resort opai na thake mohan court jaise our court pra honorable judges kan pra tahan do buja manu ase tahan bujigina itu government kora thik nohoy koigina tahan order olai dise aro tahan koise government do itu order olai dia moi age ko nisina government order act ola ekta olaise student kan একটা দোষ হলি মাৰি কিনা ক্লাছ এটেণ্ড কৰিবি কথা এইটোতো ৰি এক্সামিন কৰিব লাগে দেই কৈনা কোৰ্ট ওলাইছে দেই নহ'লেতো ইট কেন লিড টু চিটুৱেশ্যনছ কৈছে তো কি চিটুৱেশ্যন আছে এইটোতো কোৰ্টখন জানে জাজ জানে এইটোতো আফটাৰ 2 উইকছ তাখন ভাৰ্ডিক্ট দিব হ'লে ইন দ্য মেইন টাইম কোৰ্ট পৰা কৈ কিনা আছে ইন দ্য মেইন টাইম ষ্টুডেণ্টছ কেন এটেণ্ড ক্লাছেছ আৰু অনলাইন
The Naga National Council on Wednesday celebrated its 76th anniversary of its formation at Peace Hall. Chedama NNC President Adino Pizzo, while speaking on the occasion, said that due to India's aggression on Nagaland and its continued occupation by the Indian military, Nagas for many years have been facing tremendous hardships and loss. She further said that the recent killing of 14 Naga civilians at Oting and Mont on 4th and 5th December 2021 bear enough testimony to the horrific saga of India's occupation of the Nagaland since 1950. She further slammed the government of India, saying that such wanton killing took place under the cover of Armed Forces Special Power Act 1958 and that ASFA being extended every 6 months in Nagaland is ridiculous. She claimed that it is crystal clear that Nagas and Indians have no connection historically, racially, socially and politically, and that Naga formally declared its independence on 14 August 1947, a day ahead of India's independence, and that ever since Nagas are defending its rightful independence and asking India to withdraw its occupation forces from all Naga territories. Notably, the Naga National Council was formed on the 2nd February 1946 at Wakam meeting of the Nagas regional leaders.
Is sensible, more sensible and deeper than Western democracy. Naga democracy ase, Western democracy ki bhi damor ase, aru more sensible, better than the Western democracy. NNC functioned in Gandhian principle of non-violence and Nelson Mandela's principle of force only if the advisory, force only if the advisory, if the opposite foe do not use force.
Given to our nation throughout the past year and having brought us together to commemorate 76th anniversary of the Naga National Council NNC Formation Day in the historic place of Chedama Peace Camp, Chedama. My warm greetings to you all. Looking back at our Naga national history, it was timely that the Naga group of the day submitted a memorandum on behalf of the Naga dated the 10th January 1929 to the meeting Simon Commission at Kojima stating, quote, to leave us alone to determine for ourselves as in ancient times, unquote. After this important submission, much was not heard. In pursuing the matter. After all, the Naga club was more of a club on the social matter. In the meantime, by the grace of God, Elder Tizo returned to Nagaland from Burma, Myanmar, and felt the need to immediately organize Naga as a nation. As a result, the Naga National Council was formed on the 2nd February 1946 at Walker meeting of the Naga regional leaders. Sensing the waves of the nationalism across the world, in the aftermath of World War II, Nltv felt the urgency to formally declare the age-old Naga independence to the world and declare on the 14 August 1947.
Noklak police on Thursday afternoon seized around 116 bottles of Indian-made foreign liquor after conducting a raid at a shop in Noklak and further arrested one person in alleged involvement in the matter. Notably, a case has been registered under Section 44E Nltv Act while the alleged accused is forwarded to the court of JMFC Tuensang following all legal procedure. As a part of the Task Force for Music and Arts, TAFMA unique initiative to nurture the next generation of musician, Jantijung Trishana Iyer, an 8-year-old musician from Dimapur, has been selected to be the first ever student advisor for the day. The young musician will take charge as the TAFMA student advisor on February 4. She will call on Nagaland Chief Minister as soon as she assumes office for a day. Advisor to Chief Minister Abu Mehta took to Twitter and congratulated Jantijung Trishana Iyer for being selected as the student advisor of the day. He also stated it was a fantastic initiative taken up by TAFMA and assured that the initiative will inspire many people and also will be a life-changing experience for the young leaders. The Nagaland Forest Management Project Society (FMS) held a program on the release of the NFMP manual at the Chief Secretary Room, Kohima on 2nd February 2022. PCCF and Hof Dharmender Prakash (IFS) chaired the program and also gave a brief overview about the NFMO project. Project Director IMP M&E Vetpal Singh (IFS) highlighted the current status of the NFMP, such as engagement of the project management consultant PMC, infrastructure strengthening requirement of the PMU and DMU support staff, setting up of GIS and MIS lab, deployment of the FNOG in all district, microplant preparation, entry point activity and water harvesting structures, formation of SSG and establishment of nursery and plantation activity, etc. Various issues were also discussed like a pre-financing of project, coverage Nagaland livelihood forum commitment charges, replication of NFMP success stories and team visit of the Himachal Pradesh. The NFMP manual and annual report 2020 and 2021 were released by the Nagaland Chief Secretary J. Alam, IAS, who congratulated the entire NEMP team for their good works in implementation of activities of the project. He also urged the team to focus on various activities through media, including social media. The unemployment rate in Meghalaya is the third lowest in India at 1.5%. According to the data released by independent think tank Center for Monitoring Indian Economics (CMIE), Telangana reported the lowest unemployment rate at 0.7% in January, followed by Gujarat at 1.2%, Meghalaya and Odisha at 1.8%. However, Haryana has the highest unemployment rate at 23.4%, followed by Rajasthan at 18.9%. India's unemployment rate witnessed a sharp decline to 6.57% in January. Notably, on the month of December, the unemployment rate in India stood at 7.91%, with urban at 9.30% and rural at 7.28%. CMIE has estimated the number of unemployed in India as of December 2021 at 5.3 crore. It is also said that 3.5 crore people were actively looking for work in December 2021, of which 23% or 80 lakhs were women. MLA Tongwang Konyak on Tuesday inaugurated a soil testing lab at the District Soil Conservation Office, Mon, in the presence of DC Mon Tavasilin K. Notably, the inaugural program also witnessed the launching of block-level soil testing equipment, while the program was chaired by SDO SC Aboy W. Shoyang Konyak. Furthermore, a dedicatory prayer was also pronounced by District Chaplain Mon Reverend Ashok Konyak. And a vote of thanks was delivered by DSC of Mon Chumi Yanlam. Furthermore, MLA Tongwang appreciated the department for implementing the much-needed project in the district. He stated that the project would greatly benefit agriculture in the district. Culture T.H. Biswa Singh, Chief Minister N. Birang Singh, took down to Twitter to respond to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi's remark about a Manipuri delegation team being asked to remove their shoes before entering Union Minister Amit Shah's house on Thursday, and stated that it was an old tradition in Manipuri culture to remove shoes while entering someone's home. He also mentioned that the lapdogs spreading it to be some kind of insult are obviously to Manipuri culture, and told Rahul Gandhi to take note of some Manipuri cultures before speaking about Manipuri. The tweet was a response to the Rahul Gandhi statement on Wednesday during the motion of thanks to the president address in Lok Sabha. Gandhi claimed a Manipuri delegation team was insulted by the Home Minister by making them take off their shoes before entering the Home Minister house. However, after entering the house, it was seen that the Home Minister was in his chapel. Gandhi further asked what exactly does it mean when the Home Minister can wear slipper inside his house but a team of Manipuri delegation can't. Meanwhile, Mani BJP leader T.H. Biswajit Singh took a dig at Rahul Gandhi's statement and stated that a person who admires Italy would never understand Indian culture. Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju on Wednesday demanded an unconditional apology from Rahul Gandhi over his remark on Judiciary and Election Commission in the Parliament. Rijiju said that he doesn't take the Congress leader seriously, but because he is a leader of his political party and has spoken those words on the floor of the House, he'll take a note of his remark. Rijiju further said that the Congress leader will have to come before the House and will have to tender an unconditional apology to all courts of India, Indian Judiciary and Election Commission. Rijiju claimed that the remark will go on as a black spot because nobody spoke such a thing about the Indian judiciary ever before. He said that the people of India may have problems, but everybody has faith in the judiciary. Notably, the Congress leader on Wednesday attacked the BJP-led government in Lok Sabha, stating that institutions of the country are being attacked and captured by ideas, and that the judiciary, the election commission, Pegasus are all instruments of destroying the voice of the Union of States.
And I'll give you examples. The judiciary, the election commission, Pegasus. These are all instruments of destroying the voice of the Union of States.
First of all, what Mr. Rahul Gandhi had said about the election commission and the judiciary is highly objectionable. Secondly, to say such things from the Parliament House is also an insult to the Parliament itself, because we all are sitting in our respective positions because of the constitutional provisions. I believe that Rahul Gandhi has no understanding about democracy. He has no respect for democracy, and he doesn't believe in democracy. It's not a question of belonging to any political party, but every member of the political parties and people of country will severely condemn Rahul Gandhi for saying such thing. As a law minister, I feel that whatever he has said about the Indian judiciary, this will go down as a black spot, because nobody has spoken such thing about Indian judiciary. People of India may have problems, but everybody has faith in judiciary. And to accuse and to abuse in judiciary from the floor of the Parliament House, it is beyond my words of condemnation. So Mr. Rahul Gandhi should immediately tender apology for the people of India and to the Indian judiciary and the Election Commission. Election Commission of India is a constitutional authority. It has been performing its duty right from the time it was constituted till now. I wonder that whether he understands what he has said, what is the repercussion, or does he, being briefed by somebody,
Kiran Rijiju on Thursday hit back at a Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over his remark of the idea of the king has come back in the Lok Sabha and stated that Rahul Gandhi thinks he is the king of India. The Congress leader on Wednesday had accused the centre of having a flawed vision and centralizing power. He stated that the idea of the king has come back. Union Law Minister Kiran, in a tweet today, mentioned that earlier Rahul Gandhi used to behave like India's Yuvraj and now he thinks he is the king of India. Further, taking a dig at Rahul Gandhi's remark of the two Indians being created, Rijiju compared and stated that there are two Indians and the first one is the one where people enjoy high-class society, life, foreign trips, and the other one is a simple life in India, remaining with the needy people, thinking Indian and following Indian tradition. The Union Minister also demanded an apology from the Congress leader, saying that he has no regard for the constitutional authorities.
You come from only insulted people of the Northeast because you have no understanding of the culture and the ethos of the
I think Rahul Gandhi has no understanding of Indian culture. No wonder he goes out of India every week, every month, and without disclosing any location or any timing, he just runs away.
You come from only insulted people of the Northeast because you have no understanding of the culture and the ethos of the
I think Rahul Gandhi has no understanding of Indian culture. No wonder he goes out of India.
Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on Wednesday attacked the government, alleging that the centre has committed a crime of bringing China and Pakistan together and made a huge strategic mistake in Jammu and Kashmir. The leader, while speaking in the debate on the motion of thanks on the president address, said China has a plan. The Chinese have a very clear vision of what they want to do. The single biggest strategic goals of India's foreign policy has been to keep Pakistan and China separate. What the centre have done is brought them together. Referring to the India-China border standoff in Doklam, Rahul Gandhi said it is the single biggest crime that the centre have committed against the people of India. China has a clear-cut plan which they have implemented in Doklam and Ladakh. It is a very serious threat to the Indian nation. We have made a huge strategic mistake in our foreign policy.
That is standing in front of you. Do not underestimate the power that stands in front of us. The Chinese have a very clear vision of what they want to do. They are very, very clear about what they want to do. And, one second please, the single biggest, you can ask anybody who understands, the single biggest strategic goal of India's foreign policy has been to keep Pakistan and China separate. This is fundamental for India. And what you have done is you have brought them together. Today, do not be under any illusion. Do not underestimate the force that is standing in front of you. Do not underestimate the power that stands in front of us. Do not underestimate it. You have brought Pakistan and China together.
Congress will announce its chief ministerial candidate in Punjab on Sunday. Party leaders Rahul Gandhi will visit Ludhiana on Sunday, and he is likely to name who will become the chief minister of Punjab if Congress retains power in the border state. The party has also been seeking public opinion via phone calls on who should be the chief ministerial candidate. There's a strong buzz that Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Chani is a party favorite for the top post. However, Congress leader Navjot Singh Sidhu is also in the picture. With the electoral contest heating up in the state, all eyes are on the Congress pick for the top job. Ahead of the upcoming assembly election in Uttarakhand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address his first virtual rally in the state on February 4. The Prime Minister will address vote of 14 assembly virtually in 4 districts of Uttarakhand, including Almora, Bageshwar, Champawat and Pithogarh, said Ravi Rautela, District President of Almora. An estimated 56,000 people are expected to virtually join the rally in 14 assembly constituency. Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami and State BJP President Mandan Kaushik will tune in the Prime Minister address from Almora. The program in all the assemblies will start at 11 a.m. while the PM address will start from 12 noon. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is likely to talk about the achievements of the central and state government in this rally. According to CMIE, India's unemployment rate witnessed a sharp decline to 6.57% in January. While in December, the unemployment rate stood at 7.91%, Telangana reported the lowest unemployment rate at 0.7% in January, followed by Gujarat 1.2%, Meghalaya 1.5% and Odisha 1.8%. However, Haryana had the highest unemployment rate at 23.4%, followed by Rajasthan at 18.9%. CMIE had estimated the number of unemployed in India as of December 2021 at 53 million, of which a huge proportion were women. Reports have surfaced that Tata Group is likely to appoint aviation veteran Alex Cruz as the Chief Executive Officer of Air India, who has experience of heading both full-service and low-cost airlines. Notably, Cruz had been chairman and CEO of British Airways for nearly 5 years until 2020, and before that, he headed Spanish low-cost airline Vueling. Earlier, the 55-year-old had stepped down as British Airways chief executive when the pandemic hit. Airline had cut 13,000 jobs in October 2020. It is to be mentioned that Tata Group last week took over Air India and is learned to be finalizing a team of the top-notch professionals to revive the airline. The new board of Air India is likely to be held, led by Tata Group chairman N. Chandra Shekharan himself. The Indian Space Research Organization is set to launch a Chandrayaan-3 in August 2022. Dr. Jitendra Singh, Union Minister of State for the Department of Space, said that based on the learning from Chandrayaan-2 and suggestions made by the national level experts, the realization of Chandrayaan-3 is in progress. He further said that many related hardware and their special tests are successfully completed. Reportedly, the third mission will carry only a modified lander and rover and will use the orbiter of the Chandrayaan-2 mission to communicate with the Earth. It is to be mentioned that during the 15-minute powered descent in 2019 from a 100-kilometer round orbit around the Moon to its surface, which the then chief of ISRO referred to as the 15 minutes of terror, the reduction in the velocity was actually more than planned, which resulted in the spacecraft crash landing. Board of Control for Cricket in India, BCCI President Sourav Ganguly said that the Indian Premier League IPL 2022 is likely to be held in India until and unless COVID-19 hits the roof. With less than a fortnight to go for the IPL 2022 mega auction, Ganguly comment are certain to delight the Indian cricket fan, who have been deprived of a full IPL season for last 2 years as it was held in UAE. The former Indian captain also added that the board is planning to host the league phase of the 15th edition of IPL in Mumbai and Pune. Ganguly, however, did not clarify whether crowd will be allowed in the venue. We will take a call on the venue for the knockout stage later. BCCI are yet to officially announce the start date of IPL 2022, but Board Secretary Jay Shah had hinted that the tournament is likely to begin towards the end of March. कितना बचा? U.S. Senator Jim Risch has condemned China's decision to make an army officer who was injured in a clash with Indian soldier in Galwan as the torchbearer for Winter Olympics. Beijing on Wednesday kicked off a 3-day Olympic torch relay with Regimental Commander Q.I. Fabos as one of the torchbearers. Fabos was severely injured during a 2020 border clash with Indian troops in the Galwan Valley. The clash between Indian and Chinese soldiers in Ladakh Galwan Valley on June 15, 2020 resulted in the death of 20 Indian soldiers and at least 4 Chinese soldiers. Fabao took the torch from China 4-time short-track speed skating gold medalist Wang Men. Meanwhile, the Beijing Olympic is being held in between COVID-19 outbreaks in China and is scheduled to start on February 4. This is all for now. For more updates, keep watching Nltv.